Howdy, y'all. So on the next episode of Ricky's Big World, we gonna spill all the tea.
He's gonna be on that one until we get it cleared up. You are getting hangry. That's why I was looking around. I could feel it coming. And you were like, what are you looking around for? Well, I was looking around for something to make you happy, which was food.
Well, I mean, I'm smelling all these delicious flavors today, and I'm like, where the food? I don't see no food.
I got you. Okay. We're going to get you something to get your mic a little higher. We're going to get you a little food. So when family comes back next time, you'll be happy and fed.
I'm just feeling weak. And, I think I got the vapors. I'm about to pass out.
Back in the pizza world caverns, behind the test ovens, and in reality next to the bathrooms, it's Ricky's Big World.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Ricky's Big World. How you doing, Roxanna Jan?
I'm doing good.
What's going on?
It's lunchtime here.
I know. Everybody's in here. Everybody's ain't got no food.
I know. It's kind of busy right now. So definitely.
I see the lines out the door.
I know. After the lunch rush, we'll get some food. Yeah.
Okay, because I
can't promise.
I feel faint.
I can't promise during this episode, but definitely soon.
I do. I feel faint from hunger. What is it?
Do you hear something? Is something playing? Is it just me? Is that the music?
Like the table, 2 tables back.
It's amazing how clear it sounds over here.
I hear something. I can't make out what it is.
Yeah.
I think they're watching something on their phone.
It's so funny. We're in a restaurant.
Up on the thing.
Yeah, we're in a restaurant setting. That's what happens.
Well, normally you have your stuff on here too.
Yeah, I didn't turn it on today.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what?
What?
What do you want to talk about?
Why do I have to come up with the topics all the time?
Because you're the producer.
Oh, gosh, the hired talent can't help out.
No, I'm just the monkey that talks.
I'm just the monkey that talks.
That's right. That's it.
Oh my goodness. I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Radio.
What about it?
Where's it going? What's going on with radio? Is it still popular? Is it going away? How does it go? How does it live in this world of Spotify and?
Here's a weird thing, and you and I were talking about this earlier. So the National Association of Broadcasters. Now, as everybody knows, I was with KMRY for years. I've been in broadcasting for years at different radio stations. And, one factor about radio is that as Americans, we drive everywhere. Okay, we rely so much on our cars.
I don't think other countries understand how large our country is.
It's okay. And North America, period.
Yeah, I mean, and we have to drive. It's not like you can just hot walk somewhere. It's not like that here.
That's why we're so fat.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we bicycle everywhere, like Denmark and other places like that. That was different.
We can't. Nothing's close enough to be able to do that.
So, because of that fact, I think radio could have died out a while back. But when we're in our cars, we drive long distances. When we're in our cars, we're in heavy traffic in some cities. So radio is constantly around. And you can't watch TV if you're driving, so you don't really get your news that way, or entertainment that way. So you're in the car stuck in radio. So National Association of Broadcasters were talking about whether or not car manufacturers were talking about getting rid of AM radio in the car, and everybody came into the scene and talked about no. Because AM radio is still very, very viable.
Yeah.
And you think about AM radio, that's sort of old, like KMRY. KMRY is actually an AM radio, but we have FM translator.
I did not know that.
Yes, we are licensed under the FCC as AM. So 1450, KMRY 1450 is AM. 93.1 is FM.
I had no idea.
So there's a lot of radio stations that will get an AM license, but then they'll translate to FM, and so that's how we're able to do it. But point is though is that radio period is still There was a report. Our sales director Michael came to us one time and said, "Here's a report I want you to see," and it was talking about how traditional radio, terrestrial radio, is actually more viable than social media radio, digital radio.
Really?
That's right. And one of the things is the signal, especially when you're in a local area and you're driving around, that's fine. Now, when you go to travel, a lot of times doing different, like online internet radio is good because you can just, continue the process. But most people that in the report were saying that they like the variety of going into a different state and listening to local stuff from there, so they just keep the regular radio on. And they just flip to the channels. So I don't think radio itself is dying anytime soon.
Yeah.
But like I said, now when we start getting into driverless cars, that could change because then you can watch TV while you're sitting there. But that's got to be full autonomous vehicles to where you don't have to pay attention. Right now, the cars that are drivable or driverless, they're saying that
you still have to pay attention.
You still have to pay attention.
Yeah, like my car has a self-driving feature, but I still have to keep my hands on the wheel.
Then why have a self-driving feature?
What?
What's self-driving about if you still got to put your hands on the wheel?
It just wants your hand on the wheel, I think, to make, just in case, because it'll keep you in the lines, it'll distance itself from the car in front of you, and obviously it's on cruise control, so it can do the whole thing, but it still wants... And, if I take my hand off the wheel, it'll beep at me and be like, hand on wheel, because I assume...
So it's scolding you like a child?
Yeah, it does. And I assume just because, it needs the additional thing. It's not going to pick up somebody walking in front of the car or something like that.
And I would never own one of those because I do not trust the technology. It's still too young.
Yeah.
Now, you let's say 100 years from now, maybe.
You're maybe 100 years
100 years
from
on
now?
maybe. 50 years, no way.
Yeah.
20 years, no. Now, absolutely not. Because I don't trust the technology, and then you hear where it's, hitting people.
Yeah.
So no. But as far as the radio period, I think for now, oh yeah, it's great. Again, driverless vehicles start getting into play where you can watch TV and all that, that might change.
It's crazy to me, there's so many options, right? So you have people that are using Apple Music and Spotify. There's people listening to podcasts. Maybe you're listening to us right now on the drive. Things like that.
That's right, because aren't we on a lot of places?
Yeah, I mean, we're on Apple Podcasts, we are on Spotify, we are everywhere you can find podcasts.
You know what surprised me the most? Is when you told me we're on iHeart.
Yeah, we are on iHeart.
iHeartRadio. Mm-hmm. And when I was working at another radio station, we're on another radio station. So you know what? That didn't hurt my feelings, not one bit.
Yeah. We're everywhere. So it's crazy to me with the amount of options that radio is still stronger than ever.
One of the reasons is the simplicity of radio. When you got a car and you just turn the dial, bam, you're there. Turn your favorite thing down. You might have a signal interruption some places, but what I have found is, and that's one of the reasons why I quit subscribing to certain places, you go up underneath a bridge, problem. Cloudy day, problem. I went underneath and I parked the car underneath a street light. Signal got blocked.
Yeah. There's also the aspect of it's a national thing that you're listening to, so those people don't know.
That's true.
You or your community, and it's a little less personal. I mean, there's still some really great shows to listen to on satellite and other radio stations that are nationally done, and
I have no problem when it comes to, internet radios, and I think they're great. It's great technology and everything else. But from what the survey said and the research they were talking about, traditional terrestrial, when I say terrestrial, I mean it's not a satellite-driven station. It is tower-driven station where you can see the towers along the road, someplace, whatever.
Yeah.
Terrestrial radio. FCC regulated. Now, what I do not like about internet radio and other things like that is a lot of times they're not FCC regulated, and so people say whatever they want.
Well, I mean, that's probably why big shows like Howard Stern and things like that are so big. on those
Howard Stern
satellites.
will say whatever he wants anyway.
That's true. That's
And he's
true.
gotten in a lot of trouble for that one.
Yeah,
too.
I'm sure.
Did you ever see his movie Private Parts?
No.
That was a great movie, and it gave the life story of Howard, how he started in radio back in the 60s or 70s, and went from here to here to here, and said some things, got banned quite a few times.
I have to see that. That would be really interesting.
It is hilarious. It's got Paul, can't remember his last name, Giamatti. If
Okay.
you know who I'm talking about, if I'm saying his name right, I'm probably wrong. But he's in it as, I think he called him Rat Bastard. I think that was his name, or Puke Vomit, something like that. I forgot what it was. So funny. So, yeah. And Howard Stern plays himself in it.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's called Howard Stern Private Parts.
It's probably really hard to play somebody like Howard Stern anyways. Just like his personality and how he...
I think it was smart of him to play himself.
Yeah, I do too.
You know, plus,
I think there's some people you're going to get a vibe for that person, like an essence, but it's not going to be the same. And I think he's just one of those people that...
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to be real careful when it comes to, when you're trying to like, for example, I know we're talking about radio, but I got a casting thing, and in my the different services that I use for casting, I have them very specific. I weigh this, I'm this tall, this is my ethnicity, blah, 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 blah. But I got one evidently slipped through, and it talked about how they're looking for somebody to play Snoop Dogg in an upcoming film. And I wrote them back and I said, I think your algorithm is really messed up.
Because I'm the opposite of everything.
And you talk about Hollywood being woke, they'll be really woke if they cast me as Snoop Dogg. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, they had Daniel Radcliffe did that Weird Al movie as well,
I haven't seen
where
that.
he played. It's pretty interesting.
He plays Weird Al?
Yeah, he does play Weird Al.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
What
And he does a really good job. Minus obviously the height difference, and he doesn't quite. But I mean, he does a really good job. But there's always that essence there versus, I don't know. Howard Stern would be so hard to play. I think with his honesty and.
I think there's certain actors
I'm going to call
too.
it honesty.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's certain actors like Doug Jones. Now, you may not know him by name, or if you saw him as a regular person, but Doug Jones is a chameleon. He plays, if you ever watched Hocus Pocus,
Yeah.
he plays the dead boyfriend
Yes.
they brought back. He
Yeah.
also played the Abraham, who was the fish guy in Hellboy. He has played so many roles. And what actually helps him out is he's tall, slender, lanky, and he's not afraid to do that. So, but we got off topic. We're talking
I know,
radio.
we
always do
did.
that. Always do that.
But I think this is interesting because
I just push my glasses up like I'm 100 years old. Anyway,
aging as we're
I
doing
don't
this
need
podcast.
them. Thank you very much. They look good.
Just looking smart today.
Yeah, I look smirts. But what were we saying?
Well, before we got off topic, we were talking about satellite radios and stuff, and them being able to do whatever they want, similar to like Howard Stern.
Yeah, and
Do you like? I mean, we've had this talk. We've had the radio talk before, where you talk about FCC regulations and how you feel about them personally.
well, FCC being a governmental agency.
Yeah.
The word federal is in there, Federal Communications. The thing is that they're very, very strict on you, and that's how I grew up in radio.
Yeah.
I've only done FCC. I've never done podcasts before.
Yeah, you were saying it's kind of uncomfortable for you because you're so used to having those regulations.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can't cuss on the radio,
Yeah.
and especially certain words on the radio after, before a certain time.
Yeah.
Hit 10 o'clock at night, you say whatever you want. But when you have to watch every single word you say
Right.
to make sure you don't say those 7 deadly sin words on the air, yeah, that's how I grew up in radio. Now, see, doing a podcast, it seems like it's like a wild, wild west. You say whatever you want to.
Yeah.
But I carry the FCC with me,
Yeah.
even on here. Even when I say words like damn and stuff like that, it's uncomfortable to
Yeah.
say that because I don't say it on the radio.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so I feel that if I start saying it on here too much, I'm going to carry that into radio again. And I ain't being fined $500,000 for every word you say that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
Not only do you get fined, but the station gets fined.
Are you going to continue the radio journey then in Louisiana, or are you going to stick more to the voice acting and things?
Both. Because I have my voiceover studio, bvoxstudios.com. And, no, actually...
Sir, I'm going to need some sponsorship money for that. Even Holly paid.
Oh, I love that.
That was a great episode.
What, 30 cents
Yeah.
as a sponsor? Holly, thank you. We spent it. Nice. No,
And here's your second ad.
I don't even know if that's the right... no, that's not even the right... I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, it's bvox Studios. And it's Bartlett Voiceover Extreme.
Oh, okay.
That's what it stands for.
Nice.
And so I do voiceovers and radio commercials and all that from the convenience of my home studio. It is great. As far as getting back into radio again, I've been contacted quite a few times about that. There's one radio station family that's in the area of Louisiana I'm in that I have been talking to, but I'm still waiting to see what's going on. But they're also very heavy sports oriented, so I think they're waiting to see, or waiting for when all that busyness is over to contact me about that.
Oh,
so
I see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm not in a hurry.
Would you prefer to be in a studio live doing that, or doing that from home at your studio? Yeah.
So, and the good thing about the
I
voice...
love how involved you are, because I assume you like being in on...
I'd rather be in a live studio, because I like when I was at KMRY, one of the great things about the building that we're in is when you walk in, there's this big glass wall, and you instantly see the radio talent. I don't like the word DJ. Radio talent or on-air personality. Okay, that's proper and professional. But you see them, you interact with them. All right. There's other radio stations when you walk in, you go right to the front desk person, and then they got the radio talent hidden behind locked doors.
Yeah.
Now I like that because of safety.
Right.
But because there's some stalkers out there.
Yeah, we've talked about some fun stalkers you've had.
Yeah, there's some stalkers out there that will come in and want to be with you and stuff like that. And it's just, So I prefer being in a live studio.
Yeah.
Now
I think it's more authentic that way. It
is.
Yeah.
Now when you get to some internet stations, they actually have people that are at their home studios doing the whole show. And that's fine, because that's an option that I'm going to add to what I'm doing too.
Right.
But it's just, I like it organic. I like this with the podcast. I mean, we are again, live in Pizza World. Is this a cafe, restaurant?
It's a restaurant. It's a restaurant.
Okay.
I mean, even for this podcast, I try to do as little editing as humanly possible. Like, there are some cuts, if a camera went out or something happened with the mic.
You didn't add that burp, did you?
Oh,
I did in one of the other episodes, did you?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Or if, people are around us talking or something like that, that's the only time I really edit. Otherwise, I try to keep it as authentic as possible.
So basically what you see is what you see, what you hear is what you hear.
Exactly.
Okay.
They're stuck with us. But I like it that way because I feel like there's a better connection that way. I feel like our world is so overproduced.
You really nailed it on that one.
There are filters for if you take video, your face isn't even what it is. You can change your voice.
You didn't filter me? I told you to filter me.
I don't filter you. I'm sorry. But I feel like...
No, I'm so sorry, family. The ones that are watching on video, I apologize.
I feel like people are so scared to be themselves or to be that way because it's just, our world is so overproduced, and I hate that.
But there are people out there who care what other people think. I don't give a two damns.
Which is why I love this.
When it comes to that, especially negativity. I'm not into the negativity thing.
Yeah.
You
This
don't
is a positive
fine,
place.
Don't.
We're a positive place.
Exactly. We're very positive. We're very positive.
We are.
Yes, we're very positive.
Sometimes we're positively hangry, but we're positive.
I'm telling you, we gotta get some food in here.
We'll get some, I
We gotta
promise.
get some food in here. So anyway, but the point is that, yeah, I always thought we lived in more of a happy to be me era.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like that whenever you go on to like TikTok, whatever. Everybody's got a filter on.
Yeah,
everybody looks
even
so
if they
nice
don't,
and
I
pretty.
do like that they put the filters on the bottom so you know they're using one. But even then, there's still a beauty filter on that doesn't tell you they're using a beauty filter
This
because
ain't,
it comes.
ain't nothing beautiful about this. Ain't nothing beautiful about it.
So it's just like
I ain't cute.
the authentic piece. You know, that's what I love. I mean,
Well, the
we've
authentic
talked about it a
conversations
lot.
too. That's what I love about being here
These
too.
are literally, I mean, these are our conversations. Like, for people that think that this is overproduced, I come up with maybe a roundabout topic, but wherever we
Who
go
says-
from here is where we go
Has
from
somebody
here.
said that?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay, no, hell no.
I don't
we
want
ain't
people
no
to think
overproduced.
we're overproducing. Like, I come in with maybe a topic or a couple of topics we could talk about, but wherever the conversation leads us, that's
The only
that's
thing
where
I
it
want to
goes.
change is how high this table is and how high this microphone is, because I mean I'm 6'4", and can you hear me?
Probably.
At all when I'm saying like this, my back hurts because there I am having to slump
Over. Yeah.
to do this. So when y'all decide to move to the new location, to the Voodoo, whatever,
We'll get you a taller table.
I need some.
Or if we do it virtually, you'll be comfy in your own chair.
Or can I have that box I can put this microphone on so I can sit up like this instead?
Yeah. How about next episode? We'll get you all
Next
set up.
episode. Okay, next episode. It's always next episode. Something next.
We're going to get food next episode, and you'll be all set up next episode.
We'll see what happens.
I promise.
We'll see what happens.
I've never lied to you before. We went through this
that's
conversation.
A lie. That's a lie right there.
I said you'd be worldwide, and you are.
Who worldwide?
You.
What? How
This
you figure
podcast is worldwide. You're the one that sent it to me. You're like, we're in India, and I was like,
yeah,
you are.
Yeah, I saw that. We were in India, and I went, there are people watching in India?
I made no lies to you. I've never lied to you, sir.
I love India. When I was there, and back in 2001, it's beautiful, beautiful country.
Yeah.
Beautiful people. I mean, it's just very nice. New Delhi was really nice and all that. So I love the fact that people in India are watching. That's so cool to
Yeah,
watch.
I'm just saying. And if you are, subscribe.
There she go again. That's my cue to say, push the damn button.
Pause if you need to and push the button.
Push the button. That's all it is. Subscribe. I mean, please.
Welcome to the authentic.
There's a guy, his name is Mike, who used to listen to me. And I was always doing Facebook videos.
You always doing Facebook videos? I
know,
find that so hard to
shut
believe.
up. So one of the things was whenever I would try to sign out or off the live video, I would push the button and it never worked for me. It was just continue going. And my thing was, I know I pushed that damn button. And so he made this thing that, Ricky pushed the damn button pin. And I was like, okay, all right. So
You should know that I purposely leave things recording after we're done as a nod to that. So at the end of every episode, there's an extra couple of seconds with whatever's happening or with whatever you're saying as a nod to you forgetting to press
why are
the
you telling
button.
me that? Because I didn't know that. Why are you telling me that?
Just, tidbits.
As a nod to push the damn button?
Yeah, you'll forget. It's
I don't know about this forgetting thing. Okay, I mean,
you forgot the star.
we're going right back to that star again. I know my expectations of you as a producer was to recreate and produce another star.
Well, I am authentically me in this authentic conversation.
I know you authentically
And,
getting on my damn nerves. How about that?
The podcast wouldn't be the same if I didn't get on your nerves.
Okay, that's true. That's true. That's true. All right, so, but yeah, getting back to radio again. I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, radio was before television, and then television, internet, and everything else. So I still think radio.
What
is
do
still
you think
viable.
about the big conglomerate radio versus like the local stations, though? Like, is it hard for the local stations to stay out of that wheel?
Local radio? I love local radio, and here in Cedar Rapids area, there's two local stations that are truly local. There's Z 102.9 Z, and then there's my station KMRY 93.1.
Those are the only two that are like
only
truly...
two that are true.
Okay.
The other stations in town are owned by conglomerates that while there is a location here, an office here, their main corporate office is either in Texas or New York.
I see.
So iHeartRadio, Town Square Media, I will say Mary Quass, who owns NG, I can't remember the name of the station. She's out of Waterloo.
Okay.
And then she has locations here. I would semi-call that local.
Okay.
Because she does have the local influence and all that. But when you get to all the true local is just 2 stations.
Yeah.
And I love that. The downside of local is you are really, really, really having to rely on community. Because you have to rely on community dollars. And that's why KMRY was always independently owned, independently locally owned, locally involved. So we're always locally involved in the community. When you got a national conglomerate, big one, and I've worked for those before, Clear Channel, Cumulus, things like that. If a radio station that has a local office here, they're struggling financially, they can pull from national dollars that pours into.
I see.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
And then a lot of big conglomerates treat you like cattle as an on-air person. First to go. When they're, in fact, iHeart, I just was reading, have let go of people. In fact, even here in Iowa, in Des Moines, they let go of 2 people.
Yeah.
So you are, as the talent with a conglomerate, you're the first to go when money is tight. And I hate that. Now, what I have noticed, like with Town Square that's here locally, I haven't heard anything about that. And they really have a family feel to them, even though they're not local. And they have a big office here with all the station and all that. Town Square, I think, does people right. iHeart has had a lot of firings. They had 1,000 people fired across the country in one day.
Yeah.
But again, the advantage of that is the dollars coming in. You got national dollars coming in from national advertising.
So it kind of saves you a little bit.
That's a safety net.
Yeah.
Local, you have to fight harder, but I like local better because you are working in a partnership with the community. And so that's when you keep shifting your head from there to there. So y'all apologize if you see me looking one way or the other. So local and that's one of the reasons why I love it better, because you're involved so much more with the dollars that are coming in. You are like, it's like with Pizza World. Let's use that as an example. Now, I was coming to Pizza World before you guys ever decided. Pizza World used to sponsor my show, but I came in here eating, loved it. We just started talking. Everything seemed wonderful and great. And then one day it was like, hey, we'd like to sponsor a portion of your show in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I always gave above and beyond. I hope y'all got that point and message across.
No, you're great.
Okay, so that it.
Yeah.
So, and don't edit that part out.
We did. We've never had any issues with you.
But then thank you. I'm glad, because I haven't had any issues with y'all. But it's that local community thing. And then all of a sudden they talked me into doing this podcast. Because I told you I didn't want to do it.
I know. But I'm so glad you did. I have so much fun with you. It's not reciprocated. I see that.
Well, I mean, you make fun of me all the time, so I mean, I don't know.
I would say that that's mutual.
I'll make fun of you.
You've
I'll
never
make
made fun
of that
of
big
me?
old forehead of yours
Yeah.
and nothing like that. I'll say nothing
Yeah.
like that.
Such an angel.
Such an angel. I'm a saint. Anyway.
What's that saying? Bless your heart.
Ooh, no, you didn't. But no, again, there's ups and downs to each one. The big conglomerate, that's great. Sometimes you feel you get a little bit more publicity because they have more dollars, because your voice can be in here in Iowa and California, because you would do commercials that they would throw out there.
Absolutely.
Locally, you don't get that.
Yeah.
So there's ups and downs.
Pros and cons.
Yeah.
Fair. But overall, I mean,
I prefer to work with local stations.
Yeah. And that's kind of what you're aiming for in Louisiana as well.
Guarantee Media in Louisiana is local. and they're the ones that I really like to buy for to work with. Why you keep looking around when I'm sitting there I'm talking? I thought we were having a conversation.
I was just seeing if there was a lot of people going out the door, so I can maybe get you some pizza here soon.
Okay, just checking. Just checking. I mean, you know what? We ain't no eye contact.
I'm so sorry.
I was just looking around like, I ain't here.
You are here. I was just, you were talking about how you were hungry earlier, and I was like, oh, maybe now's the time I can go snack. Okay, go ahead.
I guess I can wait. Because y'all got the special going on.
We do.
Today is Friday.
Can you get it?
Texas barbecue chicken?
No.
All right, hold on. But it's got chicken.
You've been gone too long.
Hold on. It's not Tuesday, because Tuesday is my favorite day. That's buffalo chicken.
That's also my favorite. It does have chicken.
Friday. Okay, Monday's Alfredo chicken.
It has all your favorite things on it.
Oh, what is it?
Chicken, bacon, and ranch.
Chicken, bacon, ranch pizza. See? It sounds like Texas.
You've been gone too long. It's starting to slip. I'm going to have to send you the menu just to remind you every now and again.
I still got it on. Look, so let me tell you what. I got a special folder on my Facebook page that has for photos and albums.
Yeah.
And then I've got one that's specifically for Pizza World that has the actual board of
the original.
Here's what y'all did. You irritated me.
Yeah, you hated that.
Hold on. Can I tell the story?
Go ahead.
So, you see how my microphone, right? It's sitting on this. Okay?
Yeah.
So, and let me show you the other side. And there it is. All right? So, it's sitting on this. Now, what they wanted me to do was whenever I went to go to post my stuff is about Pizza World is to post it with the new menu on it, and I did it for a while, but I didn't like it because it didn't have the
I wouldn't
flair.
say did it for a while. No, you did it like 3 times, and you were like, I don't like this.
There, I did it again. You know why? Because the board, whoever did the board, it's a chalkboard, and they put the menu on the chalkboard. That has flair. That has character.
So my dad will not change that board at all, ever. It doesn't even matter if prices change, I think, because Jeremy is the one that wrote that.
Well, Jeremy can come back and redo it. But my point is, though, is that that's the one that I like. Yeah, I understand that they were my sponsors.
And he doesn't listen to us.
But yet you still paid the money.
I guess. That just makes me dumb.
Makes you smart, because I'm not a follower. How about that?
All right.
But I was right, because people have commented about that board saying, oh, that's the same board that we see on Facebook. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, see? And it's like with a podcast. It's like, oh, you actually really do the podcast at Pizza World. Yes.
Yeah, we're here.
So that's why I don't want to.
You can come see us.
It's too slick. I like it. I like this menu. Don't get me wrong on the thing. It's too slick.
All right.
It's too perfect.
Okay. I'll start making things not perfect for you.
You got me here, so I ain't perfect. So, I mean, there's that. How about that? So, yes, if you go to Pizza World, and what's the, is it pizzaworldonline.com or pizzaworldiowa.com? You got
Pizza World, Iowa.
Pizza World, Iowa. You go to Pizza World, Iowa. Is it IA or the full spelled out?
Iowa.
Okay. So, Pizza World, Iowa, spelled out. And you go to their website. It's pretty cool. Facebook and everything else. But my point is I love the chalkboard. Don't change it. And if I have to sponsor it again, I ain't doing the new menu. I'm doing that one. That's that. And if we have to sign a contract on it, y'all say you don't want me to do it. Fine, I ain't doing it. Depends on how much money we're talking about. But anyway, point is.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Point is, we sponsored your radio show.
Yes.
And you didn't listen to your sponsors. I think that's what
no. And you still pay.
And this is why local radio is amazing. I'm just kidding.
Locally owned, locally involved. KMRY sponsored at 10:35 in the morning.
Yeah.
I was surprised y'all didn't do the whole studio. This is the Pizza World Studios.
We were going to. We were thinking about it. but
wanted too much then.
our favorite person left, so you know.
Your
So we
person
decided to-
moved, relocated because his wife got a great job.
We were
He
so
needed to go.
excited to already have the podcast with you, and we just determined that it was better to continue this than do that.
Is that right?
Yeah, because we love you, your family, even though you don't believe us, so it's fine.
Can
If we
bring
didn't
back the
like you, we
wedding
wouldn't have.
comment?
Is he over there? Yeah, he's over there in case he's done.
Hey, Kyle.
He's probably busy.
When you got a minute.
He said, no, he's like, it's busy.
He's like, I ain't got a minute. That's all right. We have to talk a bit.
You're so mad. We'll figure it out.
Ain't nobody mad.
Yeah, you think you're an employee. and
I
it's
just
fine.
need to educate people and let them know who is wrong.
We want to work with you because we like you.
I like y'all too, and everything else. I'm just saying, don't sit there and say, well, you were gonna be invited to that wedding.
Oh.
I know we talked about this on another episode, but I'm just saying, I'm still steamed about it. Don't sit
Bringing
there
up
and
old
tell, I ain't done yet. Don't sit there and tell somebody, oh, well, you family, and you were gonna be invited to the wedding anyway, but yet I was invited to work it. So, as the MC to play the music and all this other stuff, was I invited before to be as family as let me see, you can't see family, the quote unquote. No, I was invited to work it as the wedding MC. So, I don't want to hear that mess about you were going to be invited when I heard from Kyle himself, who said that the only people that are going to be invited to the wedding is family and maybe close friends. That's it.
Well, folks, as we've heard today from Ricky, we know radio's not going anywhere until cars are driving themselves.
And he's still harboring the fact that the wedding.
He's going to be on that one until we get it cleared up. You are getting hangry. That's why I was looking around. I could feel it coming, and you were like, "What are you looking around for?" Well, I was looking around for something to make you happy, which was food.
Well, I mean, I'm smelling all these delicious flavors today, and I'm like, where the food? I don't see no food.
I got you.
Okay.
We're going to get you something to get your mic a little higher. We're going to get you a little food. So when family comes back next time, you'll be happy and fed.
I'm just feeling weak. I'm just feeling weak. And, I think I got the vapors. I'm about to pass out. So,
Well, we better go quickly. Otherwise, we'll lose ya.
You look here. That is another episode of Ricky's Big World. We leave the light on and the front door unlocked for you. But especially if you want to bring in some and pay for some food for me, we all open, okay?
We accept tips and sponsorships.
Yes, we do. Speaking of that, yes. So if you want to be a sponsor of Pizza World, Ricky's Big World, if you want to be a sponsor, let us know. How do they let us know?
And they can reach out to us on
How do they reach out to us?
On our socials. There's ways to get a hold of us.
Okay. I wasn't sure if there was the email address to email us at.
They can get a hold of us on our socials for now.
I guess they didn't pay the bill for the email service. I don't know.
Like I said, we're pretty authentic and we're running on a small budget.
Budget.
We can afford the email.
Because we would rather do it in a really nice office, but no, we got to do it here.
No, we love it here.
I love it here. I love it. So
That's
anyway,
why you drove all the way.
don't bring that back up. All right, bye. Now that I know that you keep that camera going, I don't.
I was just kidding. I don't keep the camera going.
All right, well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I would never.
You gonna give me another cup?
I would never do that for you.
I do like my cups. Weren't you talking about getting like some real cups?
Yeah, for merch.